Hello, it's Bernadette from the School of Renovating, and today's tip comes from a question that I received earlier this week from a renovator who was looking at some properties to buy, renovate and sell, and was concerned that one of them in particular was in a low socio-economic area. So here's the thing, you really can't tell by looking at the property. So one of his comments was there was a chain link fence and it just didn't look like there was much money in the area. Wherever you're buying to renovate to sell, you absolutely need to identify margin. You can't just look at a house and decide yes, you will make money out of it or not. And by margin I mean the difference between the unrenovated and the renovated price. Often we get our information from agents. You need to be careful that you do not take anything that the selling agent tells you very seriously, because the selling agent is working for the vendor and doing everything that he or she can do to encourage you to pay the highest price. So not a reliable source of information, and most of what they tell you is marketing talk. So you really need to do your own research or to be able to work with a buyer's agent who understands the area and has the runs on the board. But the flip side of that equation is you also need to know your renovation costs. That requires a very robust feasibility analysis so that you're really clear about how much money there is to be made out of the project. And the third thing that you should be considering is often when a property is very early or not even in the gentrification process, there may not be a market for renovated properties. And that's where the difference between a property to buy and hold and a property to buy, renovate and sell comes in. So if you're buying that to hold and it was really early in the gentrification process, it was an emerging area, then that would be a great buy. But if you're planning to buy and sell, it wouldn't be a great buy because the buyers just aren't there yet. Just to recap, if you are looking in an area that doesn't look like it's got a very high socio-economic market, then you need to make sure that you're basing your feasibility on actual examples where you've identified margin. So where you've seen properties that have achieved a good result in that particular area in their renovated form. The second thing is take what the agent says with a grain of salt. Don't get your information from the selling agent. And the third thing is to be really wary of buying in areas that are very early in the gentrification process. Now, I'm not saying that you can't make a profit in those areas. And what I would like you to do is go over to our podcast, She Renovates, because I interviewed one of our stellar renovators, Michelle Lewis, and these types of properties are her speciality. So learn more is what I'm saying, and I'll include the links to the relevant episodes below this video.